Well, hey everybody, Tom Bullington here with Coldwell Banker Realty. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to have lunch together here in my car. And it's December 20th, 2023. It's about 42, 43 degrees out. It's really weird. It's brown. Some things are green. It's supposed to be 50 on Christmas Day here, which I don't necessarily object to, having lived in Phoenix, Arizona for 8 years and having gone through holidays that simply don't have any snow. However, it's a little bit weird being here in Minnesota and having this. Of course, it's because of El Nino, which is the exorbitant amount of hot water that's in the Pacific Ocean, causing that jet stream to go north of us to stay up in Canada predominantly. But there's parts of northern Minnesota that don't have snow either. Parts of Canada, the Pacific Northwest is quite warm as well. So it's really been an unusual situation. I was trying to think earlier when this happened before, and I recall, I think there was a winter December of 2011. 2011 into 12 was quite similar to this. It just never really got bitter cold. We had a little bit of snow, we had a little bit of ice, things like that, but it never really got much below 0 Fahrenheit. So anyway, it's unusual. So we're just gonna take advantage. I really haven't worn a winter coat yet today, as of today. And then of course winter starts tomorrow. Officially, winter starts tomorrow. But it has been a very mild fall by all accounts. Anyway, today at Culver's, we are here at Culver's in Hastings, Minnesota, and we are having what is one of my favorite things. We are having chicken fingers, and we are having some cheese curds, and we're gonna kind of talk about the food. We're gonna talk about Hastings and real estate and Minnesota. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is, of course, this chicken tender. The best thing about Culver's chicken tenders is the breading. Now, the breading is very light and tasty. The other option you have, and it's gone on and off for some reason, is the buffalo chicken tenders. Typically my favorites, the buffalo variety, but these are the regular chicken tenders, and the meat inside of them is just so juicy and delicious. It's just amazing. So yeah, I mean, can you kind of see in there? It's just really juicy and tender. The other item are the cheese curds. Now, the cheese curds is what Culver's is known for. Right here. Okay. And inside of the breading is a cheese curd from Wisconsin. And sometimes they are squeakier than other times. But definitely, if you're going to go to Culver's, if you are not from the upper Midwest, or if you've seen Culver's in other parts of the country, definitely try the cheese curds. If you don't know what a cheese curd is, definitely check it out. So, much better than fries. Get a little drink here. The big topic right now, at least in Minnesota here, is the new state flag. And if you want to Google new state flag Minnesota, it's out there. It's had many different iterations to it. There was a commission that was created in the legislature this year. Why switch the flag? Well, the old flag portrayed a white settler from the 1850s, 1860s. I think we're 1858, I believe, is when the state was formed. And the old state had a seal on it, not like a seal like a sea lion, but a seal, the state seal, that portrayed a white European settler with a plow. And then there was a Native American on a horse kind of leaving. And the reason why they made it this way was that, okay, whites are going to take over now, and you guys get to leave, or we're gonna take over now. And widely recognized as kind of a racist, or if nothing else, just not very sensitive to the Native American population in Minnesota, which was here first, right? So that's been removed. That's been changed. And the new flag, the left part of it is kind of a triangular geometric shape that resembles the state of Minnesota. It looks like the state of Minnesota. The shape of Minnesota. There's an 8-point star. We are the star of the North, the North Star State. And then the remainder of the flag is a lighter blue, field of lighter blue. There had been some iterations that had been where there'd been some stripes on there, some green, some white in there, and it just didn't look right. It looked too busy. It's hard to duplicate. So they changed it. They updated it. I like it. I personally like it. I'm glad they got rid of the stripes. I think it was a really good idea to get rid of the stripes. A 24-year-old young man at least started the initial design of it. They had tens of thousands of designs submitted. So this is not just a bunch of people sitting in a room deciding what the flag should look like. This is a very public process. And now the haters out there, of course there's haters out there. One of the claims is that this resembles the flag of Somalia. Well, it doesn't. There's some similarities to the color of one of the colors. The star is not the same. It's not the same flag. It doesn't look like it. But there's a racist undertone to this, where people from Somalia have escaped civil war in that country and come to Minnesota. Minnesota was one of the states that welcomed migrants from Somalia because of the Civil War. You may remember in the 1990s, from the Black Hawk Down movie and other literature that was out, there was a civil war in Somalia that the United States got involved in. And because we got involved in it, similar to Vietnam, similar to what the Hmong refugees, they came to Minnesota as well. There's a number of Somalians here in Minnesota. Well, people don't like that. Some whites don't like that. Sorry, guys. What really amazes me is that people who claim to be all about the United States of America and all about freedom and liberty and welcoming people and immigration and the founding fathers and all of this stuff basically are trying to slam the door on any additional immigrants, on anyone else who's not white specifically, and who is not going to fit in, right, to Minnesota. So the flag debate, it's not just about a symbol. It's not just about the flag. It's about, in a lot of ways, it's about racism and trying to correct something that's a blatantly racist thing that's on our current state flag. The state legislature could overturn this in the coming session. Will probably not overturn it. It looks like this is the new flag for state of Minnesota. I think it's pretty cool, and I think we're going to see a lot of it, and we're going to get used to it. So I would say bravo to the state legislature for doing this. There's been people since the 1960s that have been trying to get rid of the racist flag that we have currently, and now we've finally done it. So congratulations. So that's the one issue. There's other issues out there that are maybe a bit too controversial for kind of a lighthearted video. Here I am eating Culver's. I just want to encourage people to turn on the news, get on the web, whatever news source you think is good. There's some out there that are pure propaganda, but make sure you are looking at news that is fact-based. It's not opinion-based. It's fact-based. It's journalism. It's not opinion. Journalism is not opinion. Journalism is not opinion. Opinion is not journalism. There's an opinion page. There's an op-ed page, right? When all we had was newspapers. That's why it's a separate section, because it's opinion. Where various people with different opinions can come in and weigh in on things. The internet has been such a trash heap of propaganda, of hate, of just silliness over the last 20 years that so much of it you can't take seriously. Just conspiracy theories and things like that. So just try to be aware of what's happening in the world. And then also, if you are upset about something, whether it's a situation in the Middle East or in whatever part of the world or whatever part of the country, with the elections and all of that nonsense that's going to be happening in the next 11 months. Stay informed. Don't just tune out and say, well, I can't handle it. I'm not going to learn about it. I'm just going to not vote or something. Please don't do that. It's tempting. I'm tempted every day just to tune it out and just to say, forget it. No, you have to be involved. You have to get involved. You have to at least make yourself aware and listen to people that you respect and facts over opinion. Fact check things. If something is unbelievable on one news source, make sure you're going to another news source or another news source to determine if that's factual or not. If you're looking at economic numbers, because statistics can lie, right? You can use statistics to prove any point. Look at your, the federal government, where it's like the Bureau of Labor Statistics talking about unemployment or talking about different economic factors. These are fact-based sources, not just opinions. So I guess that's my biggest opinion. That's my biggest piece of advice here is to don't tune out and don't let people, one person or people just with one perspective, dictate what you believe, dictate what you do. If you think candidate X is truly best for the United States and is going to get you where you think the United States should go, or where others, is it going to be helping people or hurting people? If someone comes out and basically their campaign slogan is that they are going to exact revenge upon people who disagree with him, is that something that's going to bring everyone along and help the United States progress as a nation, or is that going to further divide us? It's a legitimate question. So I just think I'd rather have someone who's trying to look to the future and believes that we are stronger together than we are apart, pulled apart, and is enough of an adult to realize that you're not going to have everyone always agree with you, especially if you're a leader, especially if you're a president of the United States. Everyone's not going to agree with you every minute of the day. And if they disagree with you, that doesn't mean they're on some sort of list or an enemies list. That you still have to be a grown up enough to have an agenda that is good for all of the country, not just one particular part of it, or people that just believe what you believe. Oh, chicken tenders are very good today. They're hot. Tasty. I'm probably going to finish this final one later on. Have a few more cheese curds, and then we'll finish here. I am very open to hearing opinions from you of what you think I should talk about here. I understand as a real estate agent, we can probably be a little bit repetitive. We're talking about mortgage rates a lot. We're talking about advice for how you might want to fix up your house to get it ready to sell, or what you should look for when you're going out to buy a house. Every once in a while, I'm going to just do something like this where we just kind of talk about things. If you like what I'm talking about, then great. I think we're on the same page with a lot of things. If you don't like my opinion, if you don't like what I'm talking about, I might not be the right person for you. I try to be as open to various opinions for different clients. I try not to talk about politics with clients. Specifically, when we're doing house stuff, we're doing house stuff. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party, Libertarian, whatever you are. That's great. But I think it's important for you to know, as a prospective client out there, or as a past client that might be watching this, this is kind of where I'm at with things. And, you know, if you don't like someone who's relatively, I don't know, I try to be I hate labels, but I try to be as accepting of everyone as I possibly can. I don't care who you love, how you love, what you do in your private life. My biggest thing is do no harm, right? Don't hurt someone else. Don't have policies that are actively trying to hurt someone else because they don't believe what you believe. right? On some issues, I'm very conservative. On some economic issues, I'm very conservative. On some social issues, I'm pretty liberal. I'm pretty progressive on things. So I think a good relationship with a real estate agent is making sure that you are working with someone that you can sit down and have a beer with or have a Coke with, and that you can relate to, and knowing who you're working with, because there's only so many realtors that are out there, and you don't know who to pick. A lot of times you don't know how to pick a realtor, or you're just going on a referral from your friend who worked with someone. There's so many agents out there that are doing such a great job here in town, around the Twin Cities, throughout western Wisconsin, where I'm also licensed in Wisconsin. There's so many people that are doing such a great amount of work, that are just outstanding and knocking it out of the park every time. Great customer service, great communication, transparency of what's happening. Not only communication with their clients, but communication with other realtors. And that's going to serve you well with negotiations. If you're negotiating with another client, with another agent, as far as getting a good price, or they're working with their sellers, and you have a buyer, trying to figure out the best price, trying to figure out the best parts of the transaction, whether it's arranging for a home warranty, or helping you get an inspection, or helping you get a lender, set you up with a lender. All of these things a realtor could really help you out with. So I guess my perspective is, a realtor is a consultant, not a salesperson. A realtor is there to help you through one of the most stressful things that you do in life, is purchasing a home, because you're spending $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 on something that has a lot of things that can go wrong with it. And making sure that you're not overpaying for it, making sure that you're getting a product out there, as the house being the product, that is in good shape, that you're not going to immediately have to turn around and make a lot of repairs, unless you're into that sort of thing, unless you're into fixer-uppers. So that's why I think it's important for people to know who they're dealing with as a realtor, to know me personally, and the best way to do that is through these videos. So that's really all I had to say today, is just if you have any questions about real estate at all, if you want to talk about buying or selling, if you are thinking of buying or selling sometime in 2024 and want to just strategize, when's the best time for you to get on the market? If you don't have a lender yet and you need a lender and you're looking to buy, I can set you up with a few people I recommend. If you're looking to sell, I can let you know, walk you through that process. I do pay for photography for my listings, and I can do staging consultations for you as well. So let me know. I'm here for you. 651-402-6356. On the web at tombullingtonhomes.com, where you can set up a search for what you would like to purchase, and kind of see what's out there available on the market. So again, 651-402-6356. Please call, email, text anytime, and we will talk soon. Take care. Bye.